Hey everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. We're going to spend a few segments talking about the Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank. It's actually been 35 years that they've been in our community, helping people that are less fortunate and that need a little help getting by. Here to talk about it, Executive Director Lawrence Dehart is here, and the Community Relations Director Spud McConnell. Guys, thanks so much for being here, and I appreciate it. I was like, 35 years. This has been 35 years. Tell me about the history of this a little bit, Lawrence, and how y'all been part of our community for so long.
Back in April of '87, 12 churches of different faiths came together and realized after a storm that they could do more together than apart. And that's how we were formed. For years and years, we were on this truly humbly, crumbly little building on Magnolia Street that actually had more rust than building. And about 2.5 years ago, we moved to the facility we're in, where we have 3 buildings, and we're considerably bigger. Getting ready to start the 4th. And one of the things that I'm very proud of is that we've always been the hometown food bank. We're not located in another town, and we come here and we just drop off food on occasion. We're part of the community. We're part of the fabric of this parish. And we're here because we are, just about all my staff is from this area. The money we spend in this area. The money we collect comes from the people in this area, and it's sustained by the people of this area. And so that's why for storms, and we have 26 different programs that we do that are specifically tailored outside of national norms. Some people get excited when they hear that there's a national organization, or let's say that there's a national chain coming into Houma. And what they seem to forget is, while the national chain may offer a cheaper price, say a grocery store or something, they forget all the little ingredients that make that local business part of Houma. And what's nice is so many of the things in that local business are tailored to the people and the needs of this area. But you start getting into the national change, and they run national programs, and this is what it is. And while always helpful, and always some people say, oh, but the prices are a little cheaper. Yeah, you're giving up a lot for that little price.
Yeah.
And so we're here for 35 years. We're looking to be here for 35 more. And some people don't realize the impact and the organizations we work with, everybody from the EOC to Terrebonne General to the Red Cross, the Haven. We work with 14 different churches. We have 8 different distribution points, food pantries we work with around the parish.
And in Lafourche Parish.
Yes, we also extend out into Lafourche in addition to that. And we
have a map. Yeah, I mean, take a look at the map, and this is the areas that you guys actually cover.
Yeah, this map represents the people we've gotten from every zip code that is represented on this map. That's where we've had people come to us for assistance.
Did you say the crawfish district? Is that what you call it? It kind of looks like a crawfish when you look at it.
Well, one that's kind of been stepped on.
Yeah.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
But yeah, each one of those zip codes represents somebody that we've served.
I got
so we served over 30,000 people last year. Gave out 1.8 million pounds of food on a very small operational budget. We give out 2.5 times more money than what we take out. So where can you go and spend $1 and get $2.50 back?
Right. Yeah, without a doubt. And it's unfortunate that we need it so much, and particularly this time, right? After COVID for a couple of years and then a big storm, there's a lot of people at need that are in need of your services.
We have a lot of programs that are not just income-based, but you're exactly right. Like we work with Hope Extreme, with 3 different homeless programs. We also have some programs that, like, for example, with Terrebonne General, we work with, and we're getting ready to do the formal signing. But when clients are going to be malnourished or food insecure, Terrebonne General wants them to recover better, so the Red Cross has helped provide us with funding, and we're working with Terrebonne General, and when they're going to send somebody home that has issues where they're not eating well to affect their recovery, we're going to home deliver to them specifically at Terrebonne General's request, and we're going to help them recover, because most people don't realize that Terrebonne General is a public hospital, and when somebody has to come back within 6 months, they charge them back 2.5 times what the insurance company gave them. So that's our tax money that goes back to insurance companies. So we're trying to help save that.
Yeah, absolutely. Spud, I went to a comedy club probably 40 years ago on Bennington Avenue.
Yeah,
and you
the Grand Room.
you were the head guy there. Of course, your career has taken you to radio and obviously as the Kingfish. But how did you get involved here with the Terrebonne Churches United Food
Well,
Bank?
quite frankly, I got involved because COVID and the storm shut down the movie industry, and that's how I made most of my living. And anyway, so I was doing something else, and that something else brought me to Houma. And I knew Lawrence had gotten a new building, so I just wanted to go see it.
Right.
So I went over there, and we talked, and 2 hours later, he offered me a job, and 2 weeks later, I was working.
All the King's Men, a lot of different movies we've all seen you in. Obviously JFK and all of those movies. So yeah, actually, but you're still involved with that. So we're going to save that for another segment as we talk about you doing a dinner theater, which is another part of what you're doing here. So another great way. So one more time, the 35th anniversary of the Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank, and we have Lawrence DeHart and Spud McConnell here talking about it. But 35 years now, Spud, we were talking before the break that you're going to put together. Well, you're going to have a dinner theater, and it's going to be April 14th, 15th, and 16th. With,
Correct.
2 shows and a matinee.
2 shows and a matinee.
It's called the Glass Mendacity, but explain how this all comes together.
This is a play that was written by an improv troupe out of Chicago, and I've done it before. My wife was asked to be in a production of it, but she didn't have time to rehearse it. So she said, let's do readers theater. So they did, and it worked great. So that's what we're going to do. There's 7 characters, well, 8 if you count Brick, that stand up, and we're going to be reading the lines in costumes with a set. But it is, the Glass Mendacity is a takeoff on 3 Tennessee Williams plays, The Glass Menagerie, Streetcar Named Desire, and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. So you got Big Daddy and Big Mama, but you also have Blanche, who was married to Stanley.
Right.
You got Laura, you got the gentleman caller, who is also the lawyer acquaintance of Stanley. Then you have Maggie the cat, and you have Brick. She's married to Brick. But Brick don't speak much. He's kind of mute because he's actually played by a mannequin.
Oh, I gotcha.
So yes, and
It's funny.
So
Brick, yeah, he's clever. He's
no Stella.
no,
Right.
no.
You got Blanche.
But you got a Stella
Yeah,
scream.
Stanley,
But coming. You got to listen for it, but it's in there.
Yeah,
you know.
Stanley could have been somebody for
He
sure.
could
You'll
have.
laugh so much you will make frequent trips to the restroom.
Yes, and there'll be a long line, but that's okay. We'll have a long intermission. We're also going to have like a silent auction, cool stuff out there.
Finger food?
We're going to it's dinner
So
theater.
yeah. Talk a little bit about it. It's a bargain.
You know what? I talked with some people before about doing dinner theater, and I personally have done a couple of dinner theater shows, but I hated them because you clink, clink, clink,
Right.
clink, clink, clink all during the, and at intermission, everybody's sipping coffee and slurping and such like that. So this is going to be finger food theater. This is like going to a wedding, and it's all the way the finger sandwiches, which, by the way, I got Chisase's ham and Chisase's roast beef to make the finger food,
Yeah,
the finger
right.
sandwiches. But we're going to have, a charcuterie board and desserts and fruit trays, all the stuff that you go to at a wedding and just put it in your little tray and you go sit down.
Yeah.
Then we'll have tea, water, and soft drinks, and tea, water, and coffee. Oh, yeah, Bob Arsenault is going to come and with Parish Coffee, and he's going to set up a coffee
Oh,
thing.
nice.
And then you can also get wine or soda pops, and that's and we're selling like group tickets too. But it's very easy to do this. I'm gonna hold this little card up. This is the Glass Mendacity. What camera are we on? There we are. Okay. Now you see this card? Do you see this QR code right there? If you click your phone while it's on the TV and just click the QR code, it will take you to the site where you can buy your tickets.
Right.
So Sean, I know Jen's going to put up something up there, but put the QR code up there better. But frankly, yeah, that's how we're doing the tickets.
Nice seats.
Nice seats. If you want to spend a few extra bucks, then you can watch the show from the front row in like a recliner or a love seat or a couch. We'll have comfy chairs up front for a little extra.
Nice.
And all the money
Yeah.
goes to the food.
Curb service.
Yes, yes. If you sit up there too, you also have curb service. We have some sorority girls who are going to come and bring you your drink and food. They were in the sorority in the '60s, but they're still a
sorority girls.
gaggle of sorority girls, you know,
Absolutely.
and with bows in their hair and just giggly and I mean, they're a little past the poodle skirt phase, but still, they're happy.
So again, April 14th, 15th, and 16th
Yes.
at the Event Center right there on 200 Moffett Road. In
Yeah, and it's
Houma.
the curtains at 7. The doors open at 6. You can have food and the silent auction. The show's at 7. There's an intermission, but you'll be out of there in no time. And if you want to stick around afterwards and take selfies with me because I'm famous,
Yeah.
then you can do that too.
And
Absolutely.
we'll have a surprise guest.
Yes.
As part of the cast.
Yes.
And look, there's also another way that you guys are raising money this summer. So the Terrebonne Churches United Food Bank also is going to be raffling away a car. And this ain't just a car. This is
This ain't
a
no car.
real car.
This-
So we have video of the car that you guys are going to be doing. So tell me exactly how you can do this.
Well,
There's another
this is
code
a
here.
Mercedes-Benz 350 that we're going to be raffling off. The tickets the QR code will send you to take information, but we're not formally selling the tickets until next week. This is a hardtop convertible Mercedes 350, two-door coupe, and it just flat out goes.
Wow, look at that cute brunette in there.
And,
I wonder who that is.
So tickets
we
will be
have
a
great
sale
models.
next week. Again, you click on the QR code, and for only $20, you get it. Most people don't realize we get no regular reoccurring funds, so everything we do to survive at the food bank is dependent upon fundraisers. So we need you to come to the dinner theater. We need you to buy tickets on the car. And yeah, for like I said, $40 for the dinner theater. You can't go on a date that cheap anywhere. And
$40 each. Let's get real. Dinner and a show for $40. Most
You've been
places.
dinner with two people? I'm telling you, I'm recently married.
Man.
I'm telling you.
Oh, look,
Spot
I
into your
got
movies.
3 kids. When the 5 of us go to dinner, it's $300.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
No, and your
And I'm a
movies
good
that cost
tipper.
that much to get into
Yeah,
nowadays,
so-
right?
And this is, it's going to be. This play is so funny. You're just going to have a laugh riot all.
Is
all
Moffett Center a good place to watch it? I mean, the Event Center in Moffett?
I've done a show there. My wife and I did a show, The Bickersons, over there, and it plays very well in that. But
Yeah.
this is the last event in the Event Center. It's about to become a warehouse where Tart creates their goodies that they sell.
This is all about raising funds, and you say, 35 years, a local charity that gives back to our community. But you guys also need help and need awareness to, like, hey, if anybody wants to help out, there's certain ways you can do it, huh?
Yeah, we have coming up every year, and we partner with a lot of different organizations during the course of the year. And everybody knows that once a year that the National Association of Letter Carriers has their food drive, and some people call it the Postal Service drive, but it's actually the National Association of Letter Carriers. This year, in the past, we've had a red bag, so we have gold bags this year. And you're going to get an envelope that Spud's going to tell you about. And basically in the envelope, you're going to see that's the
This
instructions.
was on the food, yeah, on that
Yes.
envelope.
Basically, the Postal Service is going to deliver an envelope that's going to say, fill the bag with non-perishable and non-expired food items. You place the bag in for pickup on Saturday, May 13th. And if you decide that you don't want to put food, you want to make a monetary donation, you make check payable to TCU Food Bank in the envelope.
Actually, you should do both. You should fill the bag
Right,
with
it can work,
non-perishable
right.
and then write a check for at least 4 figures and put it in the envelope and put that in your mailbox.
And then the Postal Service will bring it back. Every year, Terrebonne Parish, we seem to be the gold standard as far as what they do in the state, and the letter carriers take great pride. You hang it on your mailbox, and there'll be teams going around the entire parish, and they will be picking them up. And we have a goal that we want to exceed more than 60,000 pounds. And we do it so right in Terrebonne Parish that And the city of Thibodaux has asked us to do the same thing there. So we will be collecting in Thibodaux also, and they'll have the same program.
So not all of Lafourche, but in Thibodaux.
City
in
of Thibodaux.
City of
City of
Thibodaux and
Thibodaux
all
the-
of Terrebonne
and
Parish.
Terrebonne Parish.
Right. The bags are going to be really easy because they have a logo that y'all are familiar with. One of our proud sponsors and partners is some little place called Fletcher. And I know none of you have heard of it, but you got to go check them out. They're right there on 311. They're good people. And
Sound
on
like
the
somebody
other,
who makes arrows, don't it?
Yeah.
I'm a Fletcher. I'm Cupid is my best customer.
but the gold bags are easy to see. They're people with vests, so they're not out there stealing the food. So we're staying with the gold bags.
And these are called T-shirt bags, and this is exactly what you get in any grocery store. They're the same thing.
Right.
So you know how much weight they can carry.
Right.
You can put a whole bunch of stuff in there. And please do. But this right here, this envelope, partner,
That's Saturday,
check.
yeah.
Nice check right up in here. For every, you put money in this bad boy, and I can triple what's going to be in that bag.
So, yeah, it's, what, 60 tons you said, but
60,000
60,000 pounds and $60,000 in the checks would be nice.
That would be a beautiful thing.
So how big of a fundraiser is this Saturday for you guys? Or it's next Saturday, actually.
Okay, this one is the 13th of May.
May. It's
May.
coming.
Oh, I'm
You got to
sorry.
give them
I'm
a chance to get them all out there.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
But you're going to get an envelope. We have over 20,000 envelopes that are going to go into your mailboxes. So when you get it, don't throw away. It's not junk mail. It has the TCU logo on the top. So so don't throw it away. Keep it. And if for some reason they don't get to it, or you want to make sure that it's not, you can come by any day from 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock and drop it off at the food bank, and we will be happy to take it. And on Saturdays from 8 to 11. But there's still a great need. Last year or 2 years ago, we went from serving 27,000 people to 30,000. Right now, we're 1,100 people more served. We served 1,100 people more in the first 3 months of this year than we did on the first 3 months of last year. We did 30,000 people last year. And we have a lot of seniors who can't handle $4 a loaf bread or $5 a gallon milk or $4 a dozen eggs, and we fill that gap. We are not the government, and we fill the holes where the government fails. So we're here for the community, to help the community. We're by the community, and this is what we do, and that's just all we do.
So, a couple of years ago when a little guy named Joe Burrow won the Heisman Trophy, he mentioned the food bank that was up in Athens, Georgia. And it said they collected a tremendous amount of money just by him doing that, and it made it great awareness. As you look for awareness here, who are you looking for when people have a need? They just come to you on a case-by-case basis? Because you said you're not the government. They're just, if you have a need, they can come and see you guys?
Right. We have a drive-by distribution we do 3 times a week at our food bank, and then we have 8 other distribution points around the parish that are once a month. And they simply come by with a photo ID, verification of income. We have the income standards on our Facebook site and on our website, so it's really easy. And we need the names and the ages of the people who are there. We have several programs that we work that are non-income based, that we help organizations not based on income. But like, for example, all this stuff that's going on around Arkansas and Mississippi, we're sending loads of food that we collect there to help organizations who
tornado
are sending
victims,
up. We actually trade with other food banks to get things like we traded bags for peanut butter. Cool trade on our end. So that ended up working out well. But we do what we have to do. Spud actually trades pallets for sugar.
Sugar and whatever else I can trade for, but yeah. There are these pallets.
Like trappers and
they're
stuff.
called Chet pallets.
Yeah.
They're a different kind that companies have to lease or
Right.
rent. And a lot of times we get them from different charitable organizations. Well, those guys can't get rid of them. We don't use them, so I've learned
You can trade.
that I just traded a bunch of them for a truckload of sugar.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, so.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. Asset to our community, 35 years going strong. Lawrence D. Hart, Spud McConnell, thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
Right back with more Bite Time right after this.